Welcome, I'm Linda V. Taylor, and this is Best of Both Worlds. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always fun to be able to do a gift, and you know that because I know quilters and they're so generous. This gift is for my daughter Heather, and it's a beautiful 8-pointed star. It has log cabins in it, just really interesting. It's king size, so it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of work, and I just can't wait to get started. So let's get at it. This is such a beautiful quilt, and it was for my daughter, and so I really wanted to put a lot of work into it. And you know what? I have time to watch my machine stitch out, and so I really had fun looking at all the choices for the outer border. Now, in the 3 borders out there, I decided to treat them as one border, and I really like that one. That's a magic carpet pattern, as is this one, which I really liked. I decided for those outer borders I was going to do this one, and I know it looks kind of odd there, which it comes together well, you know, when you're turning a corner, and so I could add another one on here like that. And then I had to turn it because if I'm going to miter the corner on the other side, I've got to switch it. So then I just brought in the triangle, which fits perfectly and goes with it. I loved these hearts. You see there's one there, then there's one at the bottom, then on the other side. And this made it especially nice in that light green area where you really see those hearts show up. And then I could just flip that one and just begin on this side, and then of course I just mitered it the same way that I did over here. So that worked wonderfully on those outside borders. I was looking at these patterns because I like the feather and I like the polka dots. And so I really considered this one for this brown area on the quilt, and I knew it was going to be very outstanding. But I chose this one, the scalloped, again it's number 211, scalloped heart block. And you can see this is the actual border that I put it in, and that's my corner. And you can see in this side it wasn't the quilt wasn't exactly square, really. That could happen, you know. But then this, you see, is that triangle. Again, bringing that triangle in to complete all of that. So that's a lot of quilting, but man, it just is so beautiful on the quilt, just so beautiful. So then, as I got my outside done, I worked toward the top of the quilt at the inside. So let's look at those blocks. In the next area, I chose this Fancy Feather. It's block 45. I love the little hearts in each of these corners. These are also triangles. But what I really was interested in was this negative space, what that forms there. And I kind of wanted that negative space. I think it made a very interesting design in this particular block. And it worked out great. In the diamond log cabin, in these blue areas, I had so many choices for diamonds. I just really threw them up because I've been doing a lot of grandma's gardens, so I've made a lot of new patterns for diamond areas. And boy, I just really had to think about this. And finally, I chose this design. Let me make this a little bigger so you can, whoa, wrong handle. Anyway, it's really a pretty design, and I love the outside. I love what it left around the outside as well. And it just went over this log cabin so beautifully, and it was easy, and it was not very time consuming on the inside, so really cool. In the very middle of the quilt, I chose this very simple design. I thought it went with the stained glass and with the other patterns that I had chosen, kind of a juxtaposed to the polka dots on the outside of the quilt. But made sure that I had marked the very center very well. These I know are going outside of the lines, but these are going up, as you can see in the picture. These go out and into that stained glass area, which I just stitched in a ditch in between those as I went around. And I think that it didn't need a design in there because I wanted it to differentiate from all of the other quilting. So that worked out really great. I'm very, very happy with it. That's just Linda Taylor's Diamond Snowflake. This quilt might have looked easy and quick, but since it was king size, it did take me, in reality, about 3 days. But I don't work 12 hours a day like I used to. I'm so excited to get it bound and give it to my daughter. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for your support.